Hey everyone, I'm Susie McCrae and I'm a proud global founder for a company called Onpassive. And today is our Let's Bless Our Loved One guest webinar. And you are invited today to hear about a business called Onpassive and an opportunity to become a founder. I don't know about you, but I've never been invited to be a founder of a company. And I'm so glad I jumped on board right away. So the way today is going to work is I'll introduce our speaker, and the presenter today will be Mike Ellis. Afterwards, the people here on the panel are going to chime in and give you a little insight about Onpassive from their point of view. And then we'll be wrapping it up. Also in the chat, I will put where you can send an email should you want to have a copy of today's webinar, because we know it's a lot of information you're going to hear and you may just want to listen to it again. We can't tell you how important it is for all of you after today's webinar to get back to the person who invited you, because you can only become a founder by invitation. How cool is that? We're not here today to get you to sign up with us. You get back to the person who invited you. They will help you get on board, and you can do like my back says, the ultimate ride of a lifetime. And boy, has it been that. So our first speaker today is Mike Ellis, comes to us from Colorado in the United States. Mike has been involved in many online businesses and marketing for 15 plus years. He has seen everything. He has a lot of wisdom about it, and he's going to give you a great overview about Onpassive and why you should jump on board as a founder. One thing I really love about Mike is he's transparent as all heck. He sticks with the facts. He's going to give you information. And we truly believe after you hear his presentation, you'd be crazy not to join like the rest of us have. So Mike, the platform's all yours. And when you're done, we'll get back to the rest of the panel.
Okay, Susie, thanks for the introduction. Always better than I deserve. But Susie's absolutely right. We're here to give you information that you're looking for. And regardless of who you are, if you're new, and primarily this presentation is for the new people. It's not for the founders, it's for the new people. And if you're here for one reason and one reason only. Can Onpassive do what these people are telling me it can do? Can it help me build an income? Can it help me build a residual income? And can it help me build wealth? And I'm going to get to that very, very quickly. This is really, really easy. This is not a hard concept to understand what Ash and his team have done. Ash Mufareh, he's the CEO of Onpassive. And before I get to what Onpassive can do for you while you're here, it's really, really important for you to understand what Onpassive is, how it was put together, and is Onpassive going to have the longevity that you're looking for to actually be able to build wealth online, build that residual income, build wealth online. So it's really, really important to understand what Ash and his team have done. Ash Mufareh, again, he's the CEO of Onpassive. He's the visionary. He's the brain trust. He's put all this together. And as we look at the three-year journey that we've been on, watching what Ash has been doing from conception to today, where it's a done deal. It is Onpassive, it is a done deal. When we look at that, it really is extraordinary. And what Ash has done is really built something for you and I, something we can come in and participate with and actually build that wealth. That was in the back of his mind when he started to put Onpassive together, to take that 97% that come online for whatever reason and fail. And the reasons are numerous. There's a lot of them, but they fail. And Ash, what he's done, he's taken that number and he's flipped it. And the individuals coming into Onpassive, 97% of them, I think it'll be more than that, will succeed, especially if you are a founding member of Onpassive. And I'll get to that in just a second. As we look at what Ash has done, the first thing I'll state, really extraordinary. Today, we are in the global launch of Onpassive. We're in that process right now, and the window is closing very, very quickly. We're just about there. And what Ash has done has taken a startup to $1 billion company before the global launch. We are no longer a startup company. This company is a massive, massive company. And today it is a unicorn company. And a unicorn company is a company that has a value of over $1 billion. Now, Onpassive has a value of quite a few $1 billion right now. And it's because of what Ash has done. And what he's done, he's come online. Onpassive is primarily a customer-based business, but he's developed products in the AI IT realm, artificial intelligence, informational technology products, digital products. And he's done this with his team in Hyderabad, and he has about 200 engineers there. He's got about 1,000 employees, all of them working on the products of Onpassive. And the products of Onpassive, they're really, really important because obviously, if you're going to come into the world market, you want something to sell. And what Ash and his team have done is really extraordinary. All the products of Onpassive are built from the ground up. They're proprietary. They're cutting edge at a lower price point. What does that mean? It's really, really simple, guys. They've built a better mousetrap in many, many different niches. They've come on, developed products, again, cutting edge, superior products, and they put it at a lower price point. When you do that with products online, digital products, specifically online, people get very, very excited because they always want the newest thing. They want the best technology. They want something that works better than anything else. That's what Ash has done. And that's where the excitement is, because the customer base that's going to be coming into Onpassive is going to be extraordinary. What does this all say about Onpassive? Because of what Ash and his team have done, we have and we will continue to have great longevity. And you have to have longevity, even if it's for a year, although Onpassive, it's for decades. You have to have that longevity to be able to build wealth. If a company comes online, they're there for 3 months, you can't build wealth. It's hard to build a residual income with that. That is not Onpassive. Onpassive was set up for us to be able to come in a way and actually start building an income, residual income, and wealth. Very, very exciting things. I'll go over one product just very, very quickly to give you an idea of the volume that's going to be coming into Onpassive as we go into the global launch. And that product is the product we're looking at right now. This is Zoom. It is a webinar platform, and Zoom is the biggest webinar platform in the world today. Last year, they did $123 billion in revenue, okay? That is a massive company. They have very, very old and outdated technology. And as we look at the technology of Zoom, and then we look at Onpassive's technology on their webinar platform, that's OConnect, we're going to crush them. And I've talked to the tech team that have come in, joined Onpassive, and are participating with Onpassive. Not the people in India, but actual people in Onpassive. And they very nonchalantly say, you know, Mike, we've looked at the technology, and they get very, very excited about technology. And they've said, we're going to crush Zoom. We're going to take 80, 85, 90% of that market away from Zoom the first year. That's $123 billion, taking the majority of that market away from Zoom. And there are 20 other webinar platforms out there. We're going to do the same thing to them. Coming into Onpassive. And the one thing you need to understand about Ash Mufareh on Onpassive, another one of his goals as he started to build Onpassive, he wanted to share the wealth with those individuals participating. And I'm not talking about a little bit of wealth, not 10, 12, 15%. The majority of the wealth, 52, 55, 60% of the wealth, he wants to share with you and I, those individuals participating with Onpassive. If you remember that at the end of the presentation, it's a no-brainer. Anytime you have a CEO of a major corporation, I believe will be the largest tech corporation in the world, and he's going to share the wealth with us, I'm in. So as we look at Onpassive, what they're doing, they're going to have tremendous longevity. Ash built the company, yes, to become one of the largest companies, if not the largest company in the world, but he built it for you and I so that we would have a way forward. Those individuals that, for whatever reason, they just haven't been successful online yet. Onpassive was built for us to come in and find that success. So when you look at Onpassive, you continue to discover and explore Onpassive. I can tell you the information I've given you is very, very little right now, but as you continue to explore, I can tell you out of the experience I've had with Onpassive and with Ash Mufareh, It's so much better than what I've just said. And what I've said is extraordinary. So as we look at Onpassive, this is the good part. This is what you came here for. What is Onpassive going to do for you? Okay. What are they going to do for you? And it's very, very simple. If you look at Onpassive, as we come in, go into the global launch, and Onpassive starts to do the things for us, what are they going to do? They're going to start by building us a sales platform, each and every one of us. They're going to use the IT tools that they've developed to build a sales platform for you and I. They're going to hook it up to AI. Why is that so important? Once he hooks it up to AI, all of a sudden, your business that you've come in with Onpassive becomes 100% automated. Again, that's one of those things that you'll never find online. A business that is literally 100% automated. So what happens after that? Again, Ash goes back into his toolbox of IT tools and he pulls out traffic. What is traffic? Traffic is simply getting the products of Onpassive in front of those customers that are interested, okay? Getting eyes in front of your products so they can look at them. They will fall in love with them because a lot of these individuals are using similar products online today. They're already using these products. They're already paying a monthly fee for these products, and they have to have them for whatever reason, personal, business, whatever reason it is. And as they come in and look at the products of Onpassive, they're absolutely going to love them. So traffic is getting those individuals in front of the products of Onpassive and having them look at them. And once they do that, we've got them. It's better than that. As these customers come in, what do we do with them? I mean, a lot of these customers are going to be your customers. What do you do with them? Nothing. As the customer comes in, Onpassive is going to manage that. As they make the sale, they're going to manage that. As customers come in and use the products, they're going to manage that. All we have to do is plug in, participate with a few little things, and Onpassive with AI and a lot of the other things that Ash has put together is going to manage the whole business. Again, this is revolutionary. You will never find a company that has done what Onpassive is doing for those individuals that are participating. Now, I've told you that Onpassive is primarily a customer-based business, and the majority of the people coming into Onpassive as we go into global launch will be customers. And as we look at these customers, a certain portion of them will land in your organization that Onpassive is building for you. That's how we get paid. As customers come in, we get paid a lot like a commission sales individual, works for a company, goes out, makes a sales, makes 10%, he'd get $10 off of that sale. But the sheer volume that's going to be coming in will give you the ability to not only build that wealth, but get into a position where I believe you can leave your family a financial legacy. That's how powerful this is. So as we look at Onpassive and what they're doing, if you keep 4 concepts in mind, it's just very, very simple. Number one, as you come in, it is a self-funding program. What does that mean? You'll pay once, you'll never have to go out of pocket again. And I'll get into that in just a second. For me, that was very, very refreshing because I know many, many companies that I've been in, you always have that monthly fee for whatever reason, auto reship or whatever reason it is, you have a monthly fee and you have to pay it month after month after month after month. That's why most people quit most businesses. That is not Onpassive. You will come in once, you'll pay once, you'll never have to go out of pocket again. The other concept is for success. Because of the way Onpassive has structured, because of the way Ash has structured Onpassive, you will be forced to be successful. All that means is you're going to be forced to make money. I haven't heard an argument since I've been in Onpassive with that particular concept. And then keep in mind product, customer, and volume. You put those three things together: superior product, customers coming in and loving it, you get extreme volume. That is Onpassive, guys. This is what Onpassive is going to do for each and every one of us. And I'll hit the volume side before I get out, just to give you an idea of what's coming, what's going to be happening. But keep it that simple. This is what Onpassive is going to do for each and every one of us. And they're absolutely going to force you to be successful. They're going to force you to make money. And again, everybody loves that. So as we look at Onpassive, how do you come in and participate with Onpassive? Today, there is a position. It's called the founding position. It is a $97 position with a $5 fee if you use a credit card, $102. Okay. As you come into Onpassive and become a founder, you lock yourself into the company, you lock yourself into the pay structure. That's really, really important. And as you do that, you are set into the company of Onpassive. And from there, you flat out know Onpassive is going to do everything that they've done that I've talked about, plus a lot more, because you're a founding member. There are so many aspects to the founding position that just make it a no-brainer. One of them is traffic. One of them is the bonuses that we're going to be receiving as we launch to the world, the global launch, and much more than that. But the founding position, it locks your future in position with Onpassive. You can be confident, especially after the panelists talk and I get done, you can be confident that your future is brighter than it's ever looked financially. You are going to get to that place where you just don't worry about finances. So the founding position, very powerful position. Now, as Onpassive launches to the world, does the global launch to the world, how do we all come in and participate with Onpassive? If you're a founding member, you will come in and there is a subscription fee. And as we come in, we will all initially be customers. Again, Onpassive is primarily customer-based business. You will have to pay a fee between $200 and $300. I don't know what that is yet. Ash hasn't shared that with us yet. He's given us a range, but he hasn't given us the number yet. I always say $300. If it's less than that, that'll be a nice surprise. But you'll come in, you'll pay that fee. Once you pay that fee, you'll go into your back office. You'll go into your back office, you'll click a button, and you become an independent reseller of the IT product. Now, a lot of people get concerned about that title, independent reseller of the IT product. Sounds like you have to sell, doesn't it? You don't. You don't have to sell. You don't have to recruit. You don't have to share. Again, this is 100% automated business. But we all need that title in order for Onpassive to pay us. And that's why we're here. We want Onpassive to pay us and pay us a bunch. Now, let's back up to the subscription fee. I've told you that it's a self-funding business. You pay these fees once, the founder's fee, and then the subscription fee once. And that is true. The preceding months, it is a monthly fee, but the preceding months will come from the proceeds that we make with Onpassive. And that's a big statement. And Ash has told us that he guarantees we will go out of pocket once, we will never have to go out of pocket again. And he's right. Once you pay that $300, the founder's fee, it's about $402, whatever it is. That's it. You will never have to go out of pocket again. And the monthly fee that we have to pay for the subscription fee, once we go into the global launch, will come out of the proceeds we make with Onpassive. Now, the founding fee is now. The subscription fee won't happen until we go into the global launch. Okay. So as you're looking at Onpassive today, it's $102, the founder's fee and the $5 charge. That's all it is. The $300 will come as we go into the global launch of Onpassive. So this is how we'll all come into Onpassive. And when you think about Onpassive, yes, we have the privilege to participate with Onpassive to get all the advantages that Onpassive is going to bring to us, but it is primarily a customer-based business. So let's talk about volume just very quickly. I really want you to get in the back of your mind, product, customer, volume. Once you understand that, you're going to understand that, yeah, you really do have a way forward. And when we start to think about the volume of Onpassive, and we really have to talk about the products of Onpassive, and the products are massive. They range anywhere from an automated marketing platform, all the tools we use to market online, to an educational platform, OStaff, where educators can come on, put their curriculum online and teach from online, to an HR product, which is a human resources product, that's OStaff, to a traffic source, to OConnect, and it goes on and on and on, all digital products. There are about 50 of them, right? There are about 50 that Onpassive has right now, and that number is growing all the time. Ash and his team never stop innovating and never stop trying to find niches that they can make a major difference in. But as we look at the products of Onpassive, again, there are only over 50. I'm going to talk about 4 of them, and this will give you an idea of the volume we're going to be doing. I want to talk about OConnect, which is the webinar platform. I want to talk about Academy, educational platform, OStaff, which is the HR platform, human resources platform, and their OTraffic platform, the actual traffic that people will come in and want to purchase from Onpassive. If we look at those 4 products, those 4 niches, the annual revenue done by other companies today in those 4 niches is $483 billion. Okay, it's almost $500 billion. 4 products, guys. There's more, way, way more than that. And if we look at these 4 niches, these 4 products, and we believe Onpassive will come in and take 10% of that market the first year. Now, I think it's going to be a lot more than that, but we'll stay with 10%. That's 400. That's $48 billion. I always have trouble with these numbers because they're so large. That's $48 billion in revenue coming into Onpassive. How does that affect you? Well, we already know Ash is going to share the majority of the wealth with us. What do you think that's going to do to your bottom line? This is something, when you really start to get a hold of it and that light bulb goes off, you're going to understand that you are in the right place. And as you think about Onpassive today, it is already a global corporation. I think Susie said we're in over 200 countries earlier on. Not only are we already a global company, but we have a CEO that wants us to succeed. He will never add qualifications for you to do in order to get additional income. The amount of income you can make is unlimited, and he'll never add qualifications to that. In other words, you're not going to have to do this to get to the next level. He'll never do that to you. He wants us to succeed, and succeed wildly. That is the heart of Ash Mufareh. It is the heart of Onpassive. And because of Ash Mufareh, his tech team in Hyderabad, and the founding members of Onpassive, we are in a position today where once we go into the global launch, we are unstoppable. It is a done deal. When you think about launching to the world as a multi-unicorn company, you're no longer a little kid on the block. You're one of the big guys. And because of that, no one's going to push us around. And Ash has so much more to share with you about that topic. It's really extraordinary. He came on yesterday and went over some things. And as you come in and become a founder, you'll be able to listen to that webinar. It was for founders only. It was so powerful. Not only did he give us a time frame, but he gave us so much more than that. And the stuff that I've talked about now, it's hardly the tip of the iceberg. It is so much bigger than that, and it will have so much more impact on those individuals coming in and participating. It's why the panel, why myself and the panel are so excited about where we are and where we're going. And I'll end with this. I came in about 3 years ago, and I've seen the journey. I've enjoyed the journey. It's been extraordinary watching what Ash and his team have done. But I had to go through that 3-year journey. As you come in and become a founder today, you don't have to do that. We are so close to the global launch of Onpassive that your wait between now and actually starting to make money, you're just in a really unique position. And originally when I came in to make money. Now that has expanded because I know Ash moved far and wide. But you're coming in to see what Onpassive can do for you. They can start bringing those apples in, and it's going to happen very, very quickly. You're in a unique position. Come on in, become a founding member, pay that $97, and then continue to explore Onpassive. Guys, I haven't touched, really, it's just the top of the iceberg. And not even that, it's just a sliver. So come on in, continue to explore and discover. You're going to get excited, not about me or the panel here, but you're going to get excited about your life and what's going to be happening because it's about to change. Susie, I'm going to turn it back over to you. And obviously you guys fill in anything I left out. Go ahead, Susie.
Okay, thank you so much, Mike. Always good to hear you speak about the company. And Mike said it, we are a very, very proud founders of this global company that is getting ready to launch, and it's full of integrity and transparency, and a top-notch CEO that once you start listening to him speak and see him on video, you're going to feel the same way we do. So we're going to hear a little bit from some of the panelists today. If you notice in the chat, if you want a copy of today, you can email onpassivenation@gmail.com. I also encourage you to go to check out our products at onpassive.com. You can see all the digital products there, learn about them. There's video, there's frequently asked questions, just lots and lots of great information. So I'd like to introduce Charles Osong. Charles has been a founder, I believe, Charles, about 3 years or so. He is a big leader within the organization. He helps out founders across the globe. And the great part about Charles is he has a 30+ year background in the IT, information technology industry. And I know when we have some Q&As, it's always good to have Charles there because he understands it. And even if you don't understand it, it doesn't matter. Charles does, and he explains it in a great way. So Charles, if you just want to add your input about Onpassive, that would be great.
Yes, thank you, Susie. Thanks, Mike Ellis, for doing such a fantastic job as always. Like Susie said earlier, if you listen to Mike Ellis and you don't jump on board, then we just need to pray for you. That's all. You know what I'm saying? So always an honor to be in such a talented group. I just want to add a few things, nothing to what he said, but just to reassure the guests who are here today. And the reason is I have been to many presentations. They look good, they sound good. And in your mind, you might be thinking, well, it's one of those things. I've heard this before, right? But I just want to assure you that Onpassive is different. And here is how. When you look into a business, any business, online, offline, doesn't matter. You need to ask yourself these 3 questions. Number 1, do you have to recruit or sell to make money? And I know Mike covered that. And I'm emphasizing on that with Onpassive. You do not have to recruit even one person. You do not have to sell to even one person to make enough money to leave a legacy to your family. That's key. Number 2, do you have to come out of pocket every month to pay some bill? Now, as we all know, if you have to do that and you are strapped for cash, that is the first thing that goes out the window, right? So with Onpassive, you don't have to come out of pocket every month to pay a bill. And now here's a big one. It's the third, the last, but certainly not the least. Does this company have legitimate, viable products? Now, by legitimate, I mean legal. By viable, I mean necessary. Something that mankind, you and I, will need every day. Okay? And I do know that a lot of us have been involved in all kinds of businesses. And one day you just go to log into the website and it says error 504, site does not exist. But guess what? You go back and you look, that company did not have viable products. And when I say viable products, I'm talking about things like your cell phone. In this day and age, you don't have a cell phone, well, life is miserable. Think about internet access, Wi-Fi. In this day and age, when you go somewhere, the first thing you want to know, what's the name of the Wi-Fi? What's the password? If those aren't available, life is miserable. Okay? That's viability, and that's what Onpassive has got to offer. And that gives us longevity. And that's why Mike Ellis said earlier, you go into a company and 3 months later, it's no longer there, you're out of luck. This is built for residual income for life, my friends. And those 3 things, a lot of companies have 1, maybe 2, but not all 3. If you find a company today with all of those 3 things, believe me, any one of us on this panel will be your first customer. You can take that to the bank. That's the difference between Onpassive and any other business you're going to see out there. Back to you, Susie.
Yes, well said, Charles. Viable products. Exactly. I love how you explain that so in such simple terms to everyone. Thank you, thank you. Next, we have Marina Favet, who's here from South Africa. Marina's been with Onpassive for, once again, I'm just going to say all of us have been here for a few years and we love it. Marina has been a tremendous help out across the globe and helping other founders. And she also has some great enthusiasm and insight into Onpassive. If you'd like to share some, Marina, that would be great.
Thank you, Susie. Thank you to Charles and Mike. That was great. And hello, Africa. Hello, world. Yes, Onpassive, I have been on the journey for 2.5 years now, and it really has been an awesome journey. You know, it's sort of a bittersweet because we are coming to an end of the founder member positions, and, you know, this part of it is going to be gone forever. And we are part of making history, which is really phenomenal. We are in beta testing now. We're testing the products. It's really exciting. And you can too, as a founder. I see we're up to 261 guests on this webinar, which is fantastic. And as Susie said, if you know somebody invited you, please get back to them and get in Onpassive as soon as possible. It's $102 if you pay by debit or credit card, and the process is really simple. The one thing I want to bring up is Ash Mufara. They call it AI with heart, and he has got a heart for humanity. Mark touched base on that, and he always talks about excess and abundance, and that's what we all dream about. You know, we've always had that dream and that vision. One day we aspire to have this house, that car, go on this holiday, spoil my family and kids with great gifts, and you are going to be able to do that. But because of the excess and the abundance, doesn't stop there. What next is what he asks, and what we are doing as founders. And if you have got a heart to help humanity, to help the next person, you just want to see change in the world, then you're in the right place, because you are going to be able to, with that excess, go out and help your community, your neighbors, your country, and abroad. You can get involved in projects that you never thought possible because of funds. You know, that's the one thing. People have got the heart, but they don't have the money to follow through. And now with Oh Bless, we are going to be able to go to all corners of the world and help in different sections that need help across the world. So thank you very much. I do encourage you to get in. From me, Marina Favitt from South Africa, good night.
Okay, thank you so much, Marina. And I like how you talked about Ash Mufar and the artificial intelligence with heart. And I think when I heard him speak a few years ago, you know, I was excited about Onpassive, but when he really started speaking about us filling our tank and taking care of business, you know, at home and our needs, and then having the ability to give back and talking about what joy it brings him and people in life that are able to do that, because we do know we're going to be taken care of as founders. We know the wealth will come in, but then what do? You know, that's when the key is giving back. And I just love how he is allowing us to be founders and partnering with them and sharing the wealth of this company. You'll never see anything like this in your lifetime, I guarantee. Okay, so next we have, let's see, we'll go to Dan Street next. Dan Street comes to us from Colorado in the United States. Dan's been on board for almost 3 years now. And Dan was, he'll tell you about his background. He's recently retired, but he's also been involved in online businesses and marketing. And he too knew that Onpassive was the last business he would ever be part of. So Dan, if you want to share your insight, that would be great.
Oh, thanks, Susie. And great job, Mike and Charles and Marina. You know, you pretty much covered everything that Onpassive is all about. It's a dream for all of us, and we're all believers in this this vision of Ash Mufara. And I think about something he said recently. He says that when you create something that has never been done before, you can expect results that have never been seen. And that just is ingrained in all of us, because we know that Ash Mufara's dream is to enable people and unleash their potential for the maximum impact. And if you knew his heart and you knew this man, and if you become a founder, you will, you'll see what we're all talking about here today. As Susie said, I've had 15 years in this network marketing arena. After a 30-year career in the medical devices, selling medical devices to orthopedic surgeons, I spent the majority of my life in the operating room. So I was always looking for a way to gain my time freedom and eliminate that stress. And so I looked to network marketing. And why? Because I really believed in the concept of online marketing. And after years of failing in the industry, like a lot of us on the call have, and for reasons that Mike and Charles have already explained, we were persistent, and thank God we ran into Onpassive. And after only a few years, we've witnessed the value of this company just increase beyond our wildest imagination. So we're very close to realizing the dream of Onpassive and its launch to the world. So there is a sense of urgency for any of you out there that are interested in becoming a founding member of Onpassive to get it done, because it's going to end forever here pretty soon. And so Mike was talking about the proprietary products and how they were built from scratch and AI induced. And these products have a price point that are better than any of our competitors. In fact, we don't really even believe we have any competitors. So what does that mean for you? Well, it means you can be part of a company that drives targeted traffic to your site, increases your customer base, and you can get commissions paid over and over again. And that means customers in your organization, think about this, customers in your organization will never leave. So in my view, that is true residual income. That's true residual income. So you've got an AI-induced software that follows up on your visitors, answers their questions, closes sales, and it does all of this through an automated process. So Ash from Kafara has built a company where everybody will succeed. And believe me, whether you're active, you choose to be active in this business, or passive, you're guaranteed success. So if you're ready to start, I would get with the person that we believe that this is the solution for you. So get with the person that introduced you to this meeting and join us.
Okay.
Take it away, Susan.
All right. Always good to hear your insight, Dan. And you remind me of something I generally mention, both you and Mike mentioned. This is fully automated, working 24/7 for us. So I had originally joined because I wanted to use the platform to help promote my direct sales business. Well, you know, if you're in direct sales or you're selling something, you're handling customers, phone calls, you're troubleshooting things. And although I love people and I love helping people, I was like tied to my phone, always having to make myself available, because that's what you do when you want to deliver good customer service. So when I found out that Onpassive is going to do all of that, so if you're listening now and you're hearing about your organization, customers, bringing people in, there's no worry for you to have to manage any of that. They will come in, Onpassive brings them in. If they fall in your organization, you earn a commission. They handle everything for you. And that's when I realized that, forget about the direct sales, this is my business. This is just a tremendous opportunity. So let's see, we have Mr. Numbers here today, Andy Burks from the UK. Andy will tell you he's not tech savvy whatsoever, but once he started playing around with the numbers with Onpassive, he knew it was the right business for himself and for all of us who have joined. And I love the little numbers example he gives. So Andy, if you'd like to throw us your numbers, that would be great.
Thank you, Susie. Thanks, guys. I love this business because, as Susie quite rightly said, I'm not tech savvy. I haven't got a clue how they work. I will learn as we go along, because that's what we do. But it frightens me, to be honest, because it's something I don't know. But I love the simplicity of this. the fact that the company is going to register a domain name for us, build us a website using AI, drive specific targeted traffic to the website, close the sale, and then deal with all the customer support. It's simple. Now, I was asked the other day, well, you've already got 1.2 million founders. It's too late for me to get in. Wrong. We anticipate that in our first year, we will take on over 100 million customers. And as Dan said, these customers will come and they're never going to leave. Now, the reason they're never going to leave is because they're eventually going to start getting paid to use the product. So who in their right mind comes on board to use the product, gets paid to use it? Why would they go elsewhere? And that to me doesn't make logical sense. So you're going to have all of these customers coming on board, and if we've got 1.2 million founders, there's over 100 million customers in our first year, with a potential customer base for the products that we have today, and I'll come back to that, but the products we have today, we've got a potential customer base of 4.5 or 4.6 billion people, internet users. The potential is phenomenal. But I like using an example, a compounding example. Now, again, Mike has made it very clear we don't have to recruit, which is fantastic because I'm hopeless at recruiting. But I can share this opportunity, and this is one way of doing it, to bring others to come and watch this or listen to our presentation. So let me give you an example. Now, this is not what the company will do or how it will work. This is just purely an example of the compounding situation. So I'm going to say the company, excuse me, will get your first three customers within a very short period of time. Bearing in mind, we're anticipating 250,000 customers a day. So they'll get your three customers in a very short period of time. From then on, it's going to take 3 months for them to provide you with a further three customers, and your first three customers with 3 more customers, and so on. So it'll go you plus your 3 is 4. 4 times 3 is 12, plus your 4 is 16. 16 times 3, 48, plus your 16, 64. Go on. You're getting there, Susie. 64. 64 times 3 plus your is 192, plus your 64, 256. So in the first year, if you did absolutely nothing and the company provided those customers like that over that period of time, you'd have 256 customers. But if you shared this opportunity with 9 others that joined you and saw the vision that all of us have on this panel, and are proud founders of this company, you can multiply those figures by 10. So you'd have 2,560 customers at the end of the first year. Now that's a 10-fold increase in your income. Now you multiply those figures forward the following year, and it starts to get into crazy numbers. But the first year alone, just by sharing and bringing on 9 others, or bringing 9 others to have a look at this opportunity before the window closes, and you've got a 10-fold increase in your income. Back to you, Susie.
I always enjoy when you do the numbers, Andy. Thank you so much, Andy. Okay, and then last but not least, we have we call him Mr. Q&A himself, Red Redfern from the UK with us. The reason we call him that is I don't believe Red has ever really been stumped with any questions. He handles, in our founder only webinar, he always handles a lot of the questions. You'll hear from Red. You know, Red is a chef, and here he is as part of Onpassive. It's really, this business was made for everybody. Red knows the business inside and out. I've enjoyed the journey with him, and he's going to share a little bit about Onpassive with you guys now, and then we're going to wrap things up. Go ahead, Red.
Thanks very much, Susie, and thanks to the rest of the panel. Great to see you all here and listen to your words of wisdom. So, Onpassive, why do I love it? As Susie said, I'm a chef. I'm pretty much a nobody, really. That is my trade, and this is why I love Onpassive so much, is because it is available and open to anybody and everybody. Housewives, mums, dads, carpenters, chefs, lorry drivers, tech guys, CEOs, companies, everybody can get into and use Onpassive, not just for the products and services, but also to make that residual income that you are here. Let's face it, guys, why are you looking at this for the first time? Because you want to make some money on the side, or you want to make a residual income. That's why you are here looking at this. Onpassive can facilitate those residual needs for you. Whatever that figure you have in mind is achievable with Onpassive. Now, I'll put this scenario to you. When you are online and you're looking at these massive IT companies, the likes of Apple, Google, Amazon, Microsoft, just to name a few, has it ever occurred to you of these people who started this off, the kind of money that they are on? You have a chance now for $97 to get involved as a founder and partner of Onpassive right at the beginning. This opportunity is only for founders. We're not talking about customers. We're not talking about resellers. We are looking for founders to help us found this business. This is what this presentation is for. This is your foot in the door to become that person in the next mega giant internet company. We love to have you on board, and all you have to do is to get back in contact with the person who has brought you to this presentation today. And I'll leave a couple of things with you just to ponder over. And Mike Ellis was saying about the heart of ash, and Marina has said exactly the same about what our CEO wants to do. He wants to share that wealth. He's already said what he wants to take out of this business, and then anything that's left is going to come back to us, the founders, not to customers, founders. And that is important to remember that. Now, these big guys who are out there, I mentioned Amazon. Elon Musk has been going up in the sky, having his tit for tat. I'm going to go to space before you are. He came back down to Earth in his spaceship. He got out and he said, I want to thank everybody Jeff Bezos. I want to thank everybody for allowing me and giving me the money to be able to do it. That's how arrogant this guy is, because he wants to keep all that money to himself. Our CEO wants actually to give it away to us, to make us successful, to give us those things in life that we want and we deserve, to be quite honest. This is why we are looking at Onpassive now. This is why we have joined Onpassive, because that is going to give us the things that we want. The last thing I'm going to leave with you before we wrap this up is the decisions that you make today have an impact on you and your family in 2 years' time. Everything that you do now will impact it in 2 years' time. So why not make that $97 decision today to have that big impact on you and your family and friends in 2 years' time? It is an absolute no-brainer. $97, it's a night out. I've lost more than $97 before when I was out. You know what I mean? It is a no-brainer to change your life. And that's all I will say. You can also pay by Visa and debit cards, so you're guaranteed by that as well anyway. Come on in, have a look around. You will not be disappointed. Have faith and trust in the person who has invited you to look at this. They know about the business. If you trust them, come on in.
Giddy up, Red. Thank you. Thank you to all of the panel and to Mike Ellis for doing the presentation today. I know Marty wasn't here today, but I'd like to end with something he says. After hearing this, and you don't jump on board as a founder, go take $10, buy a shovel and dig a hole because you're already dead. And that is just, it cracks me up every time he says that, because truly, this is an opportunity. When in your lifetime has anyone asked you to be a founder of a company and partner and share the wealth for $97? Never. So thank you, everybody. I just want a few reminders. If you look in the chat, if you would like a copy of today's webinar, you can send an email to onpassivenation@gmail.com, and you will get a link for today's presentation so you can review it again. If you want to go look at the products of Onpassive, go to onpassive.com. You can go through there. There's videos, frequently asked questions. You'll see all of the products. But the most important thing to do now is to get back to the person who invited you, because the only way to become a founder is by invitation, and they will have a registration link and they will help you get on board. Once you are on board as a founder, you will have access to the back office. You will be able to see private information, recorded webinars, and you can continue your learning process. So I want to thank all the panelists for joining us today. Get back to the person who invited you, and we will see you at the very top where your ears are going to pop. All right. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you.